For folks just coming in, my name is Marika, and I live here in Prescott. I'm a bit of a nomad, so I just moved back here from France last summer, and before that I was in Belgium. And I'm a particular kind of songwriter. I use a method that I developed called Story to Song, where I invite people to share their stories, and I work with them collaboratively as a kind of songwriting guide to shape their words into music. And I've done this in a lot of different places. Most recently, I actually led an online songwriting workshop through Bookman's Phoenix, and there were people from Belgium, from Phoenix, from me here in Prescott. And before that, I spent several years in Belgium while my husband was working for his PhD. I spent time every Monday volunteering at a refugee asylum center to invite refugees to share their stories and to work with them to write songs from those stories. And these are songs that share a lot of difficult experiences, but also a lot of hope and a desire for kind of opening of borders, for solidarity, for empathy. And so I think now, even more than ever, hi friends, I think that it's important to share songs of solidarity and hope and the stories of real people so that we can hopefully see one another as real people, you know, who deserve to live a peaceful, safe life. Lots of things happening around the world for people, not feeling safe. So I use music as a kind of universal language to kind of try to bring us into a space of understanding and empathy. Those are my lofty goals. No pressure. World peace starts here at Old World Bakery. And so when I was volunteering in Brussels, I worked with a woman who is originally from Scotland. Her name is Sarah, and she's a poet and a writer. And she would often share a poem. We'd put this big blank page on the wall, and she would write the line from a poem. Just, sometimes a blank page can feel a bit daunting, even if you're an established artist, but especially if you're coming thinking like, oh, what's happening? And someone's like, here, share your story on this blank page. Like, whoa, that can be kind of intimidating. But we did this online workshop together, and she shared this poem by Kate Tempest, who I believe is UK based. And I would love that cape. We also could save the world if we all wore capes, because then we think of ourselves as like superheroes, and superheroes help one another, Anyway, so she shared this poem, and it speaks to me in terms of these songs and the reason why I think it's so important to invite people to share their stories and write music. And the poem, it goes something like this. Everything's connected, right? Everything's connected. And even if I can't read it right, everything is a message. We die so others can be born. We age so others can be young. The point of life is live. Love if you can, then pass it on. So it gives me like little goosebumps. I know, like we're big goosebumps everywhere. So that's why I do what I do. And in the spirit of this idea of solidarity, I want to share a song with you that's called Soyons Unis. So I've sung songs in English mostly, some a little bit of Arabic. This morning, afternoon, I guess it could be evening, depending on where you're tuning in from. But Soyons Unis in French means be united, or we are united, but it's kind of a call to be united. And in English, we call it just treasure the moment. And we wrote it with a refugee from Congo, with this idea, just like in the poem, that we're born onto this earth and we leave this earth. And so, if we can share these human experiences, the more that we can, the more, I think, meaningful life can be, and the better. treasure the moment, even if it's small. Smile for everyone, it's the same earth for us all. Life is fleeting, we are all on the same boat. From this earth we arrive, and from this land we go. Soyons unis, ce n'est que la vie. Nous sommes ensemble, together you and me. Ici nous arrivons, ici nous partirons. Nous sommes ensemble, we must carry on. This is our life, this is our earth, this is our death, and this is our birth. You can't take it with you, you cannot stop the tide. So let us go together on this sometimes bumpy ride. Soyons unis, that means to be united. Ce n'est que la vie, it's only life. Nous sommes ensemble, we are together. Together you and me, I guess I just translated it anyway. Ici nous arrivons, here we arrive. Ici nous partirons, and from here we leave. Nous sommes ensemble, we're together. We must carry on. Together we laugh, together we cry, together we live, together we die, together we warm, together we freeze, together we're trapped, together we're free, together we laugh, together we cry, together we live, together we die, together we warm, together we freeze, together we're trapped, together we're free. Soyons unis, ce n'est que la vie. Nous sommes ensemble, together you and me. Ici nous arrivons, ici nous partirons. Nous sommes ensemble, we must carry on. We must carry on. Thanks. I have a bunch of kids songs. I just realized there are children, and for our inner child, you know, should be playing some of those. Let's see. Let's see. All right, I can at least get through the chorus of the Puffin Song. So, the start of the pandemic, and then the continued pandemic. Let's see, I was in Belgium, and we had a lockdown. Then we had like a bit of a lifting over the summer, and then we moved to France because we couldn't come back to the US because we have animals, you couldn't travel with animals, and it was like a whole, wow, what do we do, you know? And I think a lot of people were kind of like that. What do we do? Including world leaders. And so then we went to France. And so the woman that I was volunteering with, we couldn't go to the center and write music with people from their stories, so we thought, well, we can't move, but you know, there's still animals all over the planet still moving. And maybe we could write about creatures on the move and feel uplifted. And so one of my favorites is the Puffin Song. I'm a puff, 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 and see me stuff, 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 and silverfish in my mouth. For my baby pufflings, a parrot, diver, papagaai, diker, mighty macaron. I'm singing for you, for you. And then each animal we sing in English, Dutch, and French. You know, because why not? You might find me quite absurd. Am I a fish or am I a bird? The strangest fish you've ever seen. I'm a creature in between. Is anyone else out there like me? Who doesn't know who they're meant to be? If that is so, it's not for nothing that I exist. The mighty puffin, I'm a puff, puff, puffin. See me stuff, stuff, stuffin' silverfish in my mouth. Or my baby pufflings, a parrot, diver, popeye, diker, mighty mackerel. I'm singing for you, for you. I'm here to keep you company. All those who live twixt land and sea. I'm on the cliff edge just like you. It's there we get the better view. So next time someone, next time someone A minor laughs at you, calls you a misfit, makes you feel blue, puff up your chest, stand tall and proud, and sing this song, shout it loud. Everybody's going to sing with me right now, right? I'm a puff, 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 and see me stuff, stuff, stuffing silverfish in my mouth. For my baby pufflings, a parrot, diver, popeye, diker, mighty mackerel. I'm singing for you, for you. Alright, never something totally different. If you've never actually heard what a puffin sounds like, they make this really low, like, I mean, it's like, it doesn't sound like that actually at all, but it's really funny. You should look it up and listen. Alright, so. If you're just tuning in here, my name is Marika, and I'm a musician, and a certain kind of musician. I write music with people from their stories. So I'm sharing some songs today from work that I did when I was living in Brussels, writing music with asylum seekers, traveling to Belgium, looking for a safe life, a better life, one for themselves, for their children. And it was a real gift to me to have someone feel safe enough to share their story. And I think it's a gift that I try to share with the world, to play these songs, to play songs about real people, real experiences. I think each of us have, layers and layers and layers of stories that can become songs. And when I write a song and a person's sharing a story, I'm usually looking for some kind of message or kind of a communication of an emotion that we can all relate to, because it's a universal. It's one that comes from the human experience. And it's that message or that emotion that I shape into the chorus. And then the verses of the song are story, or the events that they're sharing. They're kind of action-oriented. That it's each verse is another element of that story. And then, then we come to the chorus. And the chorus is where I think, at least I'm most able to see myself in another person's story, because hopefully none of us have had to leave our home at a moment's notice. I know we've had fire, and you may know someone, recently who had to leave their home just here in Prescott. But you can listen to the chorus and say, I know what it's like to move to a new place. Or I know what it's like to feel kind of like I don't belong, but I'd like to. And then when you hear the verses of this story, maybe you can see yourself or imagine yourself in this other person's experience. So the very first song that I wrote is called Never give up, life is here and now. And I wrote it with a refugee from Afghanistan who shared this line in Dari, Zindagi shans dawam darad. And he translated it as, in life, there are second chances. Like maybe a year later, we met another refugee from Afghanistan who was like, that's not what it means. It means life gives second chances. And so it just tells you, I mean, so here we have all these different languages and discussions about, what the meaning is, in English and French. We sing in lots of different languages. And then we add the music, which to me is that universal language that just speaks to our bodies and our hearts. So, does it even matter? It does, and it doesn't. But I think that singing the songs matters a lot. So I'm gonna sing this song. And if you're feeling like you're just sitting here and you want to be musical, I actually have this little toiletry case, not full of toiletries, but of little shaker instruments. And you're very welcome to take one, and play. And you can sing with me. The line that repeats, it's the last line of each refrain, is life is here now. So I think that's probably something we can all relate to. We're here in this moment together. In life, there are second chances. You can start again. Maybe you've started again many times. I know I have lived in a lot of different places and started again, and it's scary. Never give up. Never give up. Life is here and now. There are second chances. You can start again. Never give up. Never give up. Life is here and now. Some people, they live in the past. They don't want to live today. They think too much. They are alone. They don't know life is here and now. There are second chances. You can start again. Never give up. Never give up. Life is here and now. You never know how long you will live. So be kind to everyone. Believe in your dream. Believe in your dream. And you will see life is here and now. There are second chances. You can start again. Never give up. Never give up. Wrong chord. Life is here and now. But luckily life gives second chances, so I can just do it again. I haven't spontaneously combusted. It's not quite as bad as dropping your tray in the cafeteria. Don't worry about yesterday. Tomorrow isn't far away. You can fix your mistakes. It will all be okay if you can say life is here and now. There are second chances. You can start again. Never give up. Never give up. Life is here and now. And then there's that line in Dari. Zindagi shans doam darad. 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 Life is here and now. Thanks. And thanks also to these wonderful folks here at Old World Bakery. So just a lovely space to play, and thanks to all of you, just for listening and smiling, seeing people mouthing some of the words. That's it's not easy sitting up here, but I think it's important. And thanks to friends for coming. Yay. That helps me feel very supported. It's like, if life were a musical, a stranger's just a friend you haven't met, right? Does anyone know what time it is? Almost one. All right, so I'm going to play one more, and I'll take a little break here. And so I mentioned that, I worked with a woman who's a poet, and she would often write a line from a poem, and we would use that to inspire song. And there's a poet who I love called Mary Oliver. She passed away not too long ago, I think pretty recently, although my sense of time has gotten a bit blurry. But she wrote this poem on traveling to beautiful places, and there's a line, the only ship there is the ship we are all on, from this poem that inspired the next song I'm going to write. I'm going to read the poem to you because I think it's a nice one. On traveling to beautiful places. Every day, I'm still looking for God, and I'm still finding him everywhere. In the dust, in the flower beds, certainly in the oceans, in the islands that lay in the distance, continents of ice, countries of sand, each with its own set of creatures. And God, by whatever name. How perfect to be aboard a ship with maybe 100 years still in my pocket. But it's late for all of us. And in truth, the only ship there is the ship we are all on, burning the world as we go. So this song is called Love, and we wrote it with a refugee from Afghanistan. So there's Dari in it. And the Dari essentially means love is how you live, love is what you do. You do something good, and that is love too. Ish chatur zindagi karanast, ish chizist kato anjamidi, toyaka kobi mikoni, waishist namin ast. Love is how you live, love is what you do. you do something good, and that is love too. Ish chatur zindagi karanas, ish chizist kato anjamidi, toyaka kovi mikoni, why shisht nami ast. Life is much too short. We have to carry on. The only ship there is the one we are all on. Ish chatur zindagi karnast, ish chizist kato anjamidi, toyakav kobi mikoni, Vaishish namin ast, and that is love too. Thank you. I think there's lots of ways to show love. Making really great baked goods is one way to show love. Just all of us being here together, living in this moment, I think that's a pretty blessed thing. And I'm going to show myself a little bit of love and take a small pause. And then I'll be back to sing some more songs for you all. Thanks so much for listening, and thank you to these wonderful folks at Old World Bakery.